Hi. Right. Shall we go through what we always go through? Find out if I'm recording or not. You can see I've not launched EXR yet, but hey, we'll worry about that in a sec. I just want to find out whether I'm actually here or not. Am I here? Do I exist? Am I a real thing? Am I a real live boy? Hang on, where is it? Your videos live 16th of March. That's not me. I want right now, thanks. Am I going to get live on? It's just really every week. It should not be this difficult to find out if I'm live or not. Right. My chroma key's not very good, is it? That gets rid of me. Smoothness. No, that gets rid of me as well. Color spell. Let's just go for that. Oh, see my I've gone black and white. Ooh, noir. Let's fix that. It's an interesting take. What was that from? Was that similarity that I changed? No. I might have to go. I might have to reset. Was it the color spell? Is that what made me go? Oh, let's just go for that. That seems okay, doesn't it? Right. Okay. Right. I didn't even click on that to see if I exist or not. Oh, but come on. Now I've got to accept stuff. Just to watch myself, I have to accept stuff. Right. If I wave my hands around. Cool. Right. Okay. So we've got a black screen in the background. Hi, everybody. Let's quickly. If I just do that, keep you in there. Then if I'm just trying to see comments because I can't get any comments up. Right. If I try, yes, open in YouTube. Good grief. Why do you think I was there in the first place? Hey, there's John Edge. Howdy, John. How are you? Right. Okay. So. It's really, I mean, I was complaining last week about sitting too low on the WaterRower for my Mac, and my knees were in my face. Now I'm sitting way too high. I'm getting back strain just by just coming down here to work the Mac. Right. Okay. So now I go through the normal things where EXR always opens in full screen, and it's like a magic wand potion thing that I don't know how it is that I managed to get it into just kind of like a normal window that I'm then able to do it, but I have to go through the whole rigmarole of launching it first before I can do anything, before it lets me, and I have to kind of swipe backwards and forwards between screens, and there we go. And now, hopefully, if I go to macOS screen capture, EXR, come on, no? Let's trash you then. 1 second, caller. Whee! We'll do it right. Add Mac OS screen capture. Yeah, I'll go all weird on you. There we go, like I told you. I want an application to be captured, and I want EXR. There we go. Sometimes it remembers all my settings. That's the frustrating thing. Some weeks this OBS or OBS, however you want to say it, the software I use for doing this, it remembers my settings, and I'm all there, the camera's there, my sound's there, and as it is, hang on. Yeah, and I also had the music for this way too loud as well, didn't it? Sorry if you were just being deafened. And then if I do that, hey, there's me. Hi, Mom, I'm on TV. Right, let's go with that for the time being. Now, what I haven't done is connected anything to the RP3, so I'm a little bit worried that it's going to drop off. I'm also a bit worried that whatever that noise behind me was is going to be something that's going to fall on me later. But hey, let's pretend that we know what we're doing. I was out. I went to band practice. There was away playing the drums, and so I had to bring all the drums back in, and I keep them in the back of the studio behind me. And so I've obviously not done a very good. I got that one. I want that one. Not done a very good job of putting them away because I can hear them falling behind me, which isn't great. So right, here we go. So Tobias is here. Yay! Vloggy, I've not heard from you for a while. Hello from Switzerland. Hello from Scotland. And we've already said hello to John Edge, but hello to John Edge again. Right, I'm gonna quickly see in terms of connecting. Let's connect heart rate monitors. Can you see my? I just turned it. No, I'm not on a bike. Come on, you want to be seeing. How long should we count before we give up? My Garmin is running, but is it because it's running it's not seeing it? Is that why? Should we have another go? Just cycle in and out of it. The Garmin's a little bit weird where sometimes if you actually set it running, it disappears from lists. Ugh, no. Let's try. I'll save that. If you follow me on Strava, don't bother giving me kudos for that 1 minute row I just did. Okay, so if I go again, get it primed. There you go, now it does it. So I've not actually started it yet. I've got it primed to go, but it's not actually going. And then it's on. How strange is that? I don't think that's an EXR issue. I think that's a Garmin issue, that it doesn't broadcast its connectingness. Right, so connect rower. So now, let's hope that this should, there you go, RP3. So I'm on the loud one today, as you can hear. I'll go nice and slow while I'm talking to you, just while this is connecting. In fact, technically I should row the whole time, because the problem with the, let's go. The problem with the RP3 monitor is that it disconnects. If you're not rowing on it, it just disconnects. So really, I should just sit here and row the whole time, just to keep it alive. So I might just do that, just like light rowing. You might want to do the same. How long we've got? We've got 4.5 minutes until we start rowing anyway. So yeah, you might want to do a little warm up, get the body moving. Might want to say hi to Nick Fox as well, from Wales. Yeah, hi Nick. It's nice to, so what we've got so far, we've got Switzerland, Wales, Scotland. Are you not disappointed to be missing the football match? You know, Charlie, it's a bit of a confession, well, it's not a confession, but because it doesn't really matter, because I was always say to be in Scotland and say this, but I really don't like football. Or, no, that's unfair. If it's like World Cup or whatever, then I'll kind of watch it and I kind of, oh, this is quite interesting stuff. But at the point when all of my friends, when I was like 10, say, and it got to a point where all my friends up here started to, oh, my handle's falling apart, started to decide whether they liked Rangers or Celtic, and suddenly all the friends who were friends started to hate each other because somebody was wearing blue, somebody was wearing green. And I was standing there going, what the hell is all this about? And so football never really did it for me. I kind of always saw it as this kind of, and up here it's kind of like the sport itself is completely divorced from actually the activity of supporting football, where actually the game itself really doesn't matter. It's all about hating each other. So I had absolutely no interest in it. So I ended up, while all my friends were away watching football matches, standing at the side eating pork pies and shouting abuse at each other, I was running around on the squash court. And so football's just never really, it's just never done it for me. And I've always said I'd much rather be doing something myself than watching 22 or 23 if you include the ref, I suppose. Men running around in their pants, falling over for no reason. Just, yeah. And plus it's Scotland, for crying out loud. The chances of them ever winning, although that said, they probably will today. So fair enough. I like watching football while rowing. Yeah, I suppose. Well, I mean, I used to. The funny thing is that I used to. So if you don't know, but my job is actually as a TV editor. So that's what I do for a living. Is I edit TV programs, and I've not done it for a couple of seasons. But I used to edit the Scottish Cup football, and so like be a match, and I'd watch it, and I'd edit it down, and I'd edit the little kind of like feature package, which was like, here we are with the fans in so and so, and I'd edit that and whatever. And that was interesting enough because it had a purpose to it. But yeah, I just never really got into it. And the funny thing is that I'd be working with the producer and like they're all big football fans. And he'd be like, all right there, big guy, my name's Big Brian, how are you doing? And I'd be like, oh, hi Brian, I'm John, I'm your editor today. He's like, aye, so what team do you support? And I'd be like, Aberdeen. And up here, if you say Aberdeen, everyone goes, oh, that's a shame. And there's no follow-on chat because everyone knows that Aberdeen are rubbish. Right, I'm gonna have a quick swig of juice. Hey, Janet. Hello from Janet, USA. Just, that'd be a great name, wouldn't it? Or USA, Janet USA. But yes, Janet from USA has joined us. Hello. Nice to see, because obviously with it being at this time of the day, we've got more people from around the world. It's not just Europe that are joining in. Yes, so, hello Janet, how have you been? It's been a few weeks, hasn't it? It's been a few weeks since I've done an evening row, to be fair. So look at us all lined up. Isn't that nice? Where are we? I better have a swig of my ginger juice. Oh, it's a little weak today. Oh, It's like being in a canoe close to water. Hey, there's Shane. How are you, sir? Oh, Shane? No, wait. Yeah? Yeah, O'Malley. Sean. Sorry, Sean. No, wait, that's what the pause was for. I was like, it's not Shane, is it? But it's not. It's Sean. How are you, sir? Good to hear from you. Assuming that's you that's just popped up. Oh, look at him go in the middle. Right, okay, so there's 30 seconds to go. Remember, the YouTube, what you're seeing on YouTube is how many seconds out are we? Well, actually, not that far out. Actually, about 3 or 4 seconds. So look at, if you're rowing on EXR, look at the start time on EXR rather than YouTube. I will, of course, count you down. No, you're right, it's Shane. Ah, all right. Is it? So Shane O'Malley, not Sean O'Malley. Oh, grief. It's been a long day, folks. Right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. A couple of people started early there. That's a bit cheeky. Right, so first apologies as we get going is that I apologise for the sheer volume coming off my rowing machine. So Shane, you were asking me about RP3s, and the only real downside, apart from if you want to say that the fact that it's not part of the Concept 2 ecosystem, but some would say that's not particularly a downside. The only real negative to the RP3 is it's so loud. That fan at the front is just all kinds of noisy. So apologies to everybody if you're like, I can't hear what you're saying over how loud that rowing machine is. But I will put up with the volume because it's such a lovely machine to row on. Especially when it comes to technique. Because the big problem with rowing on a standard Concept 2 is that anybody can climb on and make it move with any kind of technique. You can be flapping up and down, pulling just with your arms, not using your legs, really bad posture, all over the place, but still rowing, still making it move. And you even get like the CrossFit and High Rocks folks who have really powerful upper bodies, and they just melt the machine in terms of yanking on it, not really using their legs to get the power in first and stuff, and they're still rowing for like the 1K that they're rowing for. They're rowing quite fast, but that's because they are able to, because it's on a static machine. But the moment you get onto the RP3 or say the Concept 2 dynamic, or even a Concept 2 on slides, you can't get away with that beasting with the arms technique. You need to push the feet with a connected posterior chain to get the power into the handle and into the machine. So from a technique tightening point of view, what's happened to my video feed? Oh dear, what's going on there? Oh no, sorry, just keep an eye on it. I might. All right, looks like the video feed's gone wonky. There you go. But audio's still there, so You don't need to see me anyway, do you? I'm just going to speed up. Or is there a sprint coming anyway? Is this a sprint? Or is it the end of a sprint? Ah, it's a sprint. I might do this one. Okay, after this stroke. Here we go. Right, let's take a moment. There we go. And so that is the other advantage of a dynamic machine like this one is, well, not that you can see it because I'm not on video anymore, but I was just rowing at 130 pace with my feet out of the straps. So there's no way that I could do that on a Concept 2. But due to the way the power, the momentum of your body goes into the machine when you're on a RP3, I'm able to sprint with my feet out of the straps and try to maintain as good a technique as possible. Right. Although it did take it out of me a bit. It took me a while to recover there. Maybe a bit too soon. 5 minutes into the row and a sprint like that. Right. Sorry, we got started into a bit of a odd one today. Started talking directly about the machine and directly about technique, and then hit that sprint. Normally I try and ease you into that stuff, but for whatever reason didn't work that way today. It's been a odd weekend. Jamie, my eldest, has been away swimming at the, I can't remember what the gala was, but an important swimming gala out in East Kilbride anyway. Leaving me with youngest daughter Holly. It's been fun just messing around with her at home and going for walks, and she likes to bake, so the house is now filled with banana muffins, chocolate chip cookies, and what else? Mini egg cookies, which is not very helpful when you're on a bit of a health kick. Try not to eat rubbish. But it's okay. Sometimes you need to experience the joy in front of you rather than denying the good experiences. Like, imagine I'd been like, oh, I'm sorry, Holly, I can't bake with you. The temptation of eating a cookie is too strong. Let's just go read a book instead. wouldn't win any Dad of the Week awards for that. Plus, it's all about not just self-control, but accepting your weaknesses, recognizing when you may fall for them, and then working out how to deal with it. So, in many ways, having cookies and things in the house makes healthy eating easier, because it's not like I'm sitting there going, I really want a biscuit, but there are no biscuits. And you start to obsess about it. You can actually say, right, I want a biscuit, but even though they're available, I am in control and I'm not going to have one. And the reason for that is because I'm on a fitness journey, and you kind of celebrate that. It's like, I've told the story before about how I used to, when I was younger, I used to smoke. I know, idiot. Used to be a smoker. I remember when I finally gave up. What did it for me was that every time I got one of those pangs, one of those, oh, I really need a cigarette moments, rather than starting to stress about it and worry and think, oh, this is it, it's all about to fall apart, I think, great. The reason I'm having these kind of withdrawal pangs for a cigarette is because I've successfully given up. And the whole point of giving up is that eventually you'll always feel normal, whereas when you want a cigarette, it's just to get rid of that pang, that desire to have one, that kind of nicotine hit, until that wears off again. So, like I say, I just looked at it that every time I had one of these I want a cigarette moments, I celebrated it, because it meant I'd stopped smoking. And so in my current healthy eating stage, every time I think, I really like a biscuit, a cookie, I think, good. Well, how about you don't have one? And that proves to yourself that you are still on the straight and narrow for this healthy eating. And actually, what I'm doing is, for the time being anyway, I've gone back to how I did this years ago when I dropped from 230 pounds down to 175, which was Monday to Friday. I would be a good boy, no rubbish, all just clean food, and then at the weekends I would allow myself to have cake, chocolate, even beer and wine back then. And so I'm doing that again now, minus the alcohol. I'm still completely off alcohol, just because I know that's what tends to be my weakness for like a Friday or a Saturday night. Even if I say, I'll just have a couple of beers with dinner, it ends up being 4 or 5. Or if I say, oh, I'll just have a glass of wine with dinner, it ends up being the whole bottle. So it's easier just to have zero tolerance for me. But this brings me to what it's taken me a while to get to, and that is, we're all different. We are all fighting our own battles, our own demons. Some of us are fit and fancy and just keeping topped up, staying disciplined. Some of us are in an ongoing journey. Like me, I definitely let it slip through January and February, so I'm now clawing it back again with some success so far. Like in the first week, I went down from 83.5 to 82.5 kilograms. So if I can lose a kilogram a week, I'll be over the moon. As being, my aim is to drop down to 75 kilograms, ready for the indoor rowing racing season when it kicks off again properly in like September, October. Or maybe you are just starting your journey. Or maybe you're on this journey. I'm not doing this sprint too long. Maybe you're just starting a journey, but you don't know what that journey is yet. You're just rowing because you enjoy it. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if you do get to a point where you're like, I'm not entirely too sure why I'm doing this rowing malarkey, then that's where goals come into it. Maybe you have a race planned. Maybe you've entered the British Rowing Indoor Champs at the end of the year and you want to get fitter and faster for them, so that's your goal. Or maybe, like me, it's primarily about losing weight for the first couple of months, and then you can worry about performance. And so you just set an actual definitive goal. Don't just say, I want to lose weight. Say, I want to lose a stone. Or even better, say, I want to lose however many inches off my waist. Get a body fat set of calipers, measure your body fat going down. Because after all, the more training you do, the more muscle you're likely to be putting on. And so weight can be a little bit of a dangerous goal. because I could work out really hard for a couple of weeks, put on some muscle, and undo the weight loss or the fat loss. Put on, let's say I put on half a kilogram of muscle and lost half a kilogram of fat. The scales would say I'd made no improvement that week, but the body fat and muscle percentages would be amazing. So, realistic, manageable, identifiable goals. That's what you need. And right now, I'm a little all over the place. My core is, like I say, to get down to 75 kilograms, but I've also got, in 2 weeks' time, I'm off to Brussels to race one of these high rocks things, where I'm also hoping I'll get a chance to meet up with the EXR devs, because Max said that he's going to enter the Brussels high rocks, so I hope to have a chance to meet up with him. That'd be nice. How are we getting on? Where are we? 21 minutes gone. It's not been the most rowing focused. I suppose it has. I've been talking goals and focus and stuff. What else is going on? So, hopefully today or tomorrow, the RowAlong app will go live in the app stores. It's been in testing since kind of the end of January, really. And it's changed a lot since then. And I think I've now got it at a place where it's stable enough and fully featured enough that I can actually put it on the app store and ask people to pay for it. It used to be that I was the kind of guy who'd be like, I'm not paying for apps. That if I went hunting for an app and it said in-app purchases, I'd be like, no way. Skip on to the next one. But then I made my own app and realized just how much time and effort, energy, mental energy goes in to making these things. Because I started making it kind of halfway through January, and then spent all of my recovery time after my operation in February still working on it. So basically, where are we? 23rd of March. Let's say 8 solid weeks of my time so far I've got into making this app. And I'm not talking 2 hours here, 2 hours there. I had a gap in work, so I spent the full 8 weeks, sometimes working from 3 in the morning until 10 o'clock that night because I hit a real kind of obsession over it. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and my mind would be racing with either another feature idea or thinking about a bug in the app that I was trying to fix. And I'd wake up with an idea or an epiphany at like 3 in the morning and then not be able to go back to sleep again because my mind was racing. So I just fire up the computer, continue coding. And so if you think about your day job and how much you get paid in 2 months, it's basically what I've put in so far into this app. And so I think $5.99 isn't too much to ask, especially when you figure all the things that are on it. There's the journal, the stroke ratio timer, which I really do think is the big selling point. There's the beeps that tell you when to drive, when to release, and when to slide on the recovery. But there's a body metrics tracker, a weekly planner, habit creator, all the videos from my YouTube channel, podcasts, all available on one simple app. And I've still got a whole bunch more features to add, like the ability to watch the videos offline instead of needing to go through YouTube, or same with the podcasts. And then I want to make a proper training diary using my workout plans too. And the one thing that people have asked a lot is whether it connects to the Concept 2 or RP3 or whatever. And the answer is no, and for good reason. Well, 2 good reasons. Number one, erg data and erg zone already do that much better than I ever could. But also, the big point of my app is the journal, because this all came about after I wrote the book, The Rower's Journal, available on Amazon. And I thought, why not make an app version of this journal? And that's where it grew from. But the point is that I want people to think of erg zone and erg data as they look after, and even EXR here, these look after your rowing data, your performance on the rowing machine. My app and the journal, that's about the you data. How did you get on? How did you feel? What was your hydration like? All the things that a Concept 2 logbook can't tell you, but when you track over time, you can see patterns. Like maybe one time you had an amazing 2K race, and then 2 weeks later, a terrible one. But then you notice, for my journal, an ever decreasing HRV, or an ever increasing resting heart rate, or poor hydration. And you can find the patterns that lead to success, or, well, let's not say failure, not success. Anyway, so that's why the app doesn't connect to a logbook, is because you entering the data yourself is a much better connection with it. You filter it through your brain a lot better. Oh, sorry, didn't really mean to talk for 5 minutes there just about the app, but you know me, I get going on something and I can't shut up about it. Well, let's see what's, nope, camera's still not happy. I don't want to reset it, because if I do, it'll disconnect the audio too. So you'll just have to stare at an image of me on screen and people rowing past me. Oh, right. So, as being you can't see me, might as well just make this a relatively quick outro. Just read a few comments. It's Andreas saying hi. Hello, Andreas. How are you? Yeah, so what did I do? I did just a Nats Tadger over 7K in that. It wasn't really a fast one. It was just a bit of a long, slow, meandering row for me, apart from that one sprint. Yeah, just possibly it's the chocolate chip cookies that I had from Holly that kind of put me off my proper A game today. It's interesting, as much as I love the RP3, there is something about the seat. It's got the little cutouts for your sit bones, and if you're not used to it, it can actually be a little bit uncomfortable. So kind of, you couldn't see me obviously because I had to turn the camera off, but I was wriggling all over the place towards the last 10 minutes there trying to get comfortable on the seat. But it's one of these things where, much like the Concept 2 seat, where just time spent in the saddle is all you need to get that comfort to your backside. So it's not that it's a problem with the seat, it's just that it's a problem with, it's been a while since I've rowed on it. Oh, Andrea says I did my first half marathon row today, but hope to catch a live row sometime. Oh good, well hope you do. And Rory says thanks. Thanks for turning up, Rory. So, unless anyone else pops up, let's give the last word to Rory saying thanks, because thanks to all of you for turning up. I mean, 100 people were rowing today. That's an amazing number. And of course, how many? 36 people currently watching, which is I think probably one of the highest for this. Well done for putting up with my chat today. It wasn't the most rowing focused one, wasn't even the most entertaining of ones ever, and you couldn't even see me. But hey, maybe that's why 36 people are still here, because you couldn't see me. So yeah, next week is going to be back to 9 o'clock in the morning, because of course we flip-flop. 1 week it's 5 in the afternoon, then it's 9 in the morning. But remember, the clocks do go forwards in the UK next week, so time zone or time will change. So I'll try and remember that. You try and remember that, and we will all get here together. So make sure and stretch, have a cool down, have something to eat, have something to drink, and of course, make sure to look after yourselves for the week coming up. I will make sure and sort out my tech next week so that you can see me, and it's not quite a kind of curtailed finish. But until then, please, everybody, look after yourselves. Have a fantastic week, and whatever you're doing, make sure and enjoy it. Go give someone a hug, tell someone you love them, and yeah, and rescue a cat or something. Do something good. I think we're in a very odd time right now, so let's all do something good this week and report back next week. I expect to hear from all of you what you did. Yeah, I want a written report for all of you. Anyway, right, look after yourselves. Please row well, be well, and I will speak to you soon.